Hi, I'm Alex Stewart, the founder of Velocitek, and today I'm really excited to show you the new ProStart. The original ProStart was the first GPS-based starting tool, and it ended up being used at the highest levels of the sport in TP52s, America's Cup World Series, and to win countless world and national championships. The ProStart's always been our best-selling product, and over the years we've had the opportunity to collect feedback from thousands of users. So a big thank you to everyone who's taken the time to fill out one of those surveys. This product's for you. At the end of our user survey, we asked the Net Promoter Score question, which is how likely would you be to recommend this product to a friend or colleague on a scale between 0 and 10? And the ProStart almost always gets a 9 or a 10. And the reason for that people give is that it is easy to use and it does what it's supposed to. So if you like your current ProStart, there's nothing new to learn with this one. The buttons are all in the same place. It's the same screen layout, exact same user interface. And you don't even need a new mass bracket. It fits in the same cradle, so it'll just snap right in there. The new ProStart has a backlit LCD with a white backlight for low light conditions during the day and a red backlight for night sailing. And then you can turn the backlight off when you're in bright sunlight to maximize the battery life. And then this LCD is bonded to a thick layer of Gorilla Glass. Gorilla Glass is the same stuff that's on the face of an iPhone. It's a really durable glass. We use a thicker layer than what's on the iPhone, but it's the same stuff. And that's on the exterior of the product. So there's no air, there's only glass between the LCD and your eye. We also had the surface of this glass chemically etched to reduce glare. So here I'll show up two LCDs. One's a prototype that has not been chemically etched, and you can see it's a little glossier. The chemical etching cuts down on glare. And the really great thing about the chemical etching is, unlike coating, it'll never come off. It's part of the physical structure of the glass. Another major improvement we made is to the GPS module. So the new ProStart has a high-quality automotive-grade GPS from U-Blocks in Switzerland that updates navigation solutions 18 times a second. As a user, what this means to you is that when you're maneuvering before the start, the distance that the ProStart's giving you is always going to be the exact distance you are from the line at that instant. There's going to be no lag. Whatever it says is going to reflect what's happening at that instant. We've also added a magnetic compass to the new ProStart. So we were the first company to make a solid state compass for racing sailboats. We released a Shift in 2012. It uses a solid state magnetometer and an inertial measurement unit. And we've been working a lot in the time since then on improving calibration algorithms. Calibrating a compass is really tricky when you think about it. We divide a circle up into 360 degrees. So if you have a sensor that's off by 1%, that's almost 4 degrees of error, which is unacceptable. Big problem with calibrating compasses is magnetometers, especially solid state magnetometers, tend to be influenced by temperature. So you can get a really good calibration in the factory at one temperature, but then someone goes and uses the product in different conditions and it's thrown off. The new tactical grade magnetometer that we're using in the ProStart has the underlying physics of how it works makes it not dependent on temperature. So we lock in a really good calibration in the factory, and that accuracy is maintained when you're using it in whatever the conditions might be. We've also made a big change to the battery, put a really big lithium-ion battery in the new ProStart, and this is designed to give you 75 hours of battery life. Our thinking with this was that if you're going to a week-long regatta, we want you to be able to have the battery charged up before you leave home, and then not think about the battery the whole time you're racing. Just one less thing to think about, and you don't have to do anything until you come back home. And we charge the battery through a USB port. It's a design that we've copied from the Mackay. It's our stand-up paddleboarding product. And so it's a port design that handles being washed in surf and submerged a lot. There's other ways of doing this. Some people are doing inductive charging. You can also have a magnetic charge cable. None of these are ideal when you have a really sensitive magnetometer. So when you're designing a compass like this, you try and get any kind of ferrous metals away from the magnetic sensor. And so any kind of strong magnetic field near the device can magnetize those things and throw off the calibration. So magnetic charge cable or inductive charging with a strong magnetic field is not a good idea for this type of product. This USB port is also used to collect data off the device. We've made big improvements to the data logging, so now we're logging data 4 times a second. And in addition to the standard GPS data, lat long, speed over ground, course over ground, we're also logging now your magnetic heading, your heel, and pitch angle, how much your bow up or bow down, and all that stuff's being logged 4 times in a second in a format that works with great online replay applications like Charted Sales or SailNord. The original ProStart was manufactured by a contract manufacturer in China, but for this new one to take the quality to the next level, we're building them right here where I'm standing at our own facility in San Mateo, California, in the heart of Silicon Valley. And we've also upgraded the materials. So we're still using plastic everywhere. This is really important because it's at its heart, the ProStart's a sensitive GPS receiver. So any kind of metal around it will reflect and block GPS signals. You never know where in the sky the satellites are going to be. And to get the best possible GPS solution, you want to have as many satellites in view at the same time as possible. So surrounding the antenna with plastic and just not having metal anywhere near the antenna is the way you're going to get the best performance. The back here and the main body of the product's made from glass reinforced nylon. It's the same type of resin that Harken uses on carbo blocks. And we're assembling and calibrating everything right here in the United States. There's a couple special features that we added to this. So it does everything the existing ProStart does in the same way, so you can use the same workflow. We've added a few things. The first thing is the bar graph here shows your heel angle. So it's just some simple feedback. Each segment's 2.5 degrees, so the corner's at 12.5 degrees, which is a good point of reference. Another thing is we can recall what the heading that the line is square to. So if you hit the max and the mode button at the same time, you get the heading that the line is square to. Helps you figure out which end of the start line's favored. And then also a really cool thing we're doing with the bar graph, in the last minute of the start, we show on the sides, the bar graph becomes a pacing guide and shows you how many meters you're going to be over the line at the gun based on your current speed and heading. And so instead of giving you another number, this is just really simple proportional feedback. One of our testers said it feels like balancing a marble. So you just look at the bars and adjust your speed and heading to have everything centered. And then as long as you do that, you know you're going to hit the line full speed. I'm extremely proud of the new ProStart. It's by far the best product we've ever made. And I'd really like to thank all of our customers for your support and feedback that made it possible for us to develop this. It's available now from Velocitek.com or from your favorite marine outfitter. Thank you.